Hey, YouTube family. How you doing? This is Rhonda with Rhonda Loves Life. Thanks for joining me. All right, guys, this is part 3, a triple header today. Check out my other 2 videos. I touch on the queen of troll with her side hair piece clip-ons, Candace Owens, being sued by the president of France, Macron, and his wife, Brigitte Nelson. Check out that video. Why I'm confused as to why this is such a big deal, but obviously she got millions of views, but now Candace is fighting herself in court, and how it's gonna roll out, I don't know. But my question is to Candace, fair game. What happens when another troll, YouTube troll, pops up and start investigating your husband, Candace, and his kinks? Will you be ready for that? Because men got secrets, Candace. And your husband got secrets like any other man. What's his kink? And would you like it if it happened to you? All right, that's part 1. Check it out. Part 2, I touch on Sydney Sweeney and American Eagle. This whole eugenics and this whole debate about, wait a minute, blue eyes, and what's wrong with blue eyes, blonde hair, crazy debate. But I think it's a brilliant move on the advertisers for American Eagle. Oh, yeah. Because what they did was they took a very controversial and hot topic, and you guys were foolish enough to fall for it. Now, will this encourage you guys to go buy American Eagle jeans? We'll know if that advertising strategy worked. So that's video number 2. And this video, I want to sum it up. This is part 3. And this video, I'd like to kind of pick your brain and ask you this. I am very active on YouTube and social media in general. I love YouTube. Listen, I've always said it, you got to be very careful. You do. And you got to really be mindful of your mental health and the type of diet that you're taking in every day. Because the algorithms is really tricky. The algorithms will feed you all of the content that will keep you angry, anxious, and divisive. Everybody's your enemy. What is this? Candace on, he's a man. Okay. Who cares if he was, okay. I'm confused. Or hating your enemy, like with the politics. We just had the election with Donald Trump winning. And I had to stay mindful because I don't believe in hating my neighbors. I'm not living a life that way. I'm not living a life where I'm going to hate someone why am I going to hate someone who voted for Obama and then turn around and vote for Trump? Why am I going to hate somebody that actually will prefer Trump over Kamala? I can't live that way. But if I weren't mindful and I would take in this daily diet of divisiveness and toxicity, that the algorithm will feed you because they benefit from it. The powers to be do. And you got to really stay sharp, y'all. Stay sharp and stay aware, because they will manipulate you. The powers to be wants to keep us divided, distracted, and anxious, and look at each other like we're the enemy when we're not. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I love my fellow man. I choose to just be kind, and I try and you know what, be honest. And with this YouTube channel, I sometimes will be honest, and I have to stay mindful of when I talk about Meghan Markle. And we're going to get into that later today. I'm going to record a video about that later on today. So check it out. But overall, my spirit is love. My spirit is love. But if you were to allow, if you're not mindful and you let the algorithm feed you, you will look up and find yourself angry at the world, depressed. I was looking at the algorithm, paying attention, and I kept getting, this was like maybe a month ago, I kept getting all of this stuff about, if you watch CNN, MSNBC, Fox, now I keep getting this stuff and I don't even watch it really. Like, why am I getting all of this negative stuff? And I said, you know what? They're trying to feed me, because right after the election, I was watching some of the stuff like Trump's doing this. You know what I mean? You know what I'm getting at. Then I start saying, wait a minute. They are trying to feed me a diet to think that the world is really, our country is really going down a toilet. It's going down a toilet drain. And then I said, you know what? I have to turn this shit off. Because if I don't, I will be, think about it. When you're sitting there watching this, your reality, you're literally just like I'm here on the phone recording a video. I'm watching a video, taking in some content that someone wrote. But it's not reality because I'm not in the real world interacting with people. Why am I saying that? Does that mean that what Trump or what these politicians, the fact that Democrats and Republicans are owned by special interests? Now, does that mean because they're owned by special interests or because Trump is our president, does that mean that this whole world is going down? Does that mean our country is going to burn down? AI taking over. Does that mean that I'm out of a job today? No, that's not what it means. I can take a little bit of the information and turn that shit off. I don't need to keep hearing the same reel replay itself over and over again. I turn it off and I go out for my 3-mile hike. Yeah, I do my 3-mile hike. Then I try to go to the gym. I call a friend and we go and we have spicy chicken. I go to Chipotle's, to Portillo's. Have a spicy chicken salad and we chat and we talk about reality TV. My good friend, I have a good friend that's what we do. She and I, we go and it's so funny. She talk about her husband and her son, college-age son. I talk about my kids. Or I get on the phone and I talk to my sister. Or we all go and we meet for lunch. Get out there, touch grass, people. I have to stay mindful to do that. I cannot use social media to fill in all of the voids that I have in my life. And I have to be very mindful of the content that I consume because I am affected by it. We are affected by it. And if you consume that shit every day, you will be scared to go outside. And I am just not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I was mugged in Brazil a couple of years back. Does that mean I never want to go to Brazil? No. Hell no. That just means I'm just going to have to be very careful next time I go. And I'll probably travel with the group because of the crime. All right. But my sister, she's a little scared. She's like, be careful of flying because I love traveling. Planes are falling out the sky. All right. So, yeah, I've been, you watch YouTube or the news. You think, oh, wait a minute. Haven't you seen all of them clips about planes? There was turbulence, excessive turbulence, extreme turbulence, and people had to go to the hospital, or a plane had to do an emergency landing, or there was a close call between two planes. I mean, you watch that, you would think, imagine the number of planes. Imagine that. The number of planes that are taken off across this country. And when you compare it, when you actually run the numbers, it is more dangerous to drive than it is to fly. Does that mean I'm going to stop traveling? Hell no. Does that mean I'm going to stop driving? No. I give it to God. I am going to live in peace. My peace and serenity is what I am focused on. And I refuse to take in this daily diet of divisiveness, toxicity, and negativity. Just because that's what the algorithm wants to feed us. So we got to be careful. Stay sharp, y'all. Be careful. Stay mindful. Because what you're seeing on YouTube is not all real. You got to get out there in the world. Get out there and get all up in it. Plus, you only got one life. You better go live it. All right, guys. I hope you get something from this video. I want to thank you for watching. One more reminder, later on today, I will touch on Meghan Markle and Harry. I made a video about 2 years ago. I said I give them 5 years before they run out of money. Harry is begging for a reconciliation with his family. You know why? Because they're running out of money. They're trying to reestablish connection so that they can get some content, so they can go out and sell it to the tabloids. And Netflix, which I'm starting to see now why they are really, really holding on to Meghan. Because they want to be in the top of the list with Meghan Markle. When that marriage to Harry explodes, Netflix wants to be the first in line for a tell-all. All right, guys, I want to thank you for watching. I hope you get something from this video. Have a beautiful day today. If you have not been outside, go outside and touch grass, baby. It's a beautiful life. Thanks for watching. I'll chat with you soon. Love you. Mwah. Ciao.